they source for fund through issued shares. 2, limited companies are run by directors who are elected by the shareholders. So limited companies are run by, for private limited companies, it's run by the owners of the business. And for public limited companies, the directors are employed or elected by the owners of the business during the annual general meeting. Unlike sole trader and partnership, who pay tax on profits, limited companies pay corporation tax. Forming a limited company. So to form a limited company, you might need the memorandum of association and article of association. For memorandum of association, it talks about details about the company, like the name of the company, the address of the company, the objective of the company, the amount of capital raised by the share issued. Then for the memorandum for the article of association, this is a document that states the internal affairs of the organization, like the rights of shareholders, procedures for appointing directors, the length of time for directors, timing and frequency of company meeting, arrangement of reducing a company account. Then we'll go to private limited companies. You go to private limited companies, are you there?
Yes.
Most private limited companies are small or medium-sized. Though some are large businesses, similar in size to public limited companies. Private limited companies share the following features. They are private limited companies. They might be so large and they might even be small.
Okay.
But okay, let's look at the features anyway. One, their business name ends in LTD.
Okay.
So you can see ABC Limited, ABC LTD. That means it's a private limited company. Shares can only be transferred privately. That means shares can be sold between friends and family. They are often family businesses owned by family members or close associates.
Yes.
Like IKS. The directors of private limited companies tend to be the shareholders. I told you earlier that private limited companies, the owners are the directors of the business. Unlike the public limited company where you have to elect the director.
Yeah.
But for private limited companies, the directors are mostly the owners of the business.
Okay.
So what are the advantages of a private limited company? Number one, shareholders have limited liability. And when we talk about limited liability, it simply means that the shareholders will not lose anything aside what they have invested in the shares.
Yeah.
The debts of the business cannot be transferred to the owners. That's the point. 2, more capital can be raised by issuing shares. So you can sell more capital. You can sell more shares if you need to increase your capital base. But note, you have to sell it between your friends and family.
Okay.
3, control over the business cannot be lost to outsiders. Because it's a private limited company, it's still going to be your friends and family buying
The stuff.
the stock. So you're not going to lose the business to outsiders. The owners have tax advantages. Owners will pay less tax, for example. The owners of the business will not pay tax. The tax will be paid by the company. So you're not, just like, instead of you having a shares, instead of you being a shareholder, you could as well start your business. But if you are starting your business, you pay taxes. But as a shareholder, you are entitled to dividends. You are not paying tax. The company pays the tax.
Okay.
Private limited companies are considered to have a higher status than some other types of business organizations, such as sole trader and partnership. A private business has more reputation compared to a sole trader. Now, what are the problems you could face when you are running a private limited company? Number one, you have to publish their financial status, which simply means that the information about how profitable you are or less profitable you are will be known to the public and your competitors.
I see.
2, setting up costs have to be met. You can't start this business without having the amount of money needed to run the business. Do you get it or not?
So, with setting up costs,
you can't start this kind of business without having the amount needed.
Or what if you loan? Or in general?
Yeah, the point is, you cannot start it without the money needed. That's the problem. Not like a sole trader that you can start with any amount of money. Profit are shared between more members. The profit, you're not keeping it alone.
Why is it not private?
Yeah, you are sharing with the members, the family and friends, you are sharing the profit. It's not an advantage because profit is reduced.
Reduced from each person. Okay.
It takes time to transfer shares to new owners. The point about this is that if one of the family member does not accept that you sell your shares to someone else, you can't sell. So it takes time. Private limited companies cannot raise large amounts of money like public limited companies. They can raise money, but they cannot. Look at what they said. They said private limited companies cannot raise large amounts of money like public limited. They compare this with public limited companies, not just cannot raise large amount of money. When you say private limited company cannot raise large amount of money, it's wrong. But you have to compare it with businesses that can raise more than what they can raise. Do you see how to answer questions here?
Answer questions, yes.
Easy.
Oh.
You on your phone, God help you.
What's in my pocket?
Do you get this type of question now?
Yeah.
You are comparing, but you don't just say, okay, yes, it's a problem. Why is it a problem? It's a problem because private limited companies cannot raise more money,
yes,
large amount of money, but they can raise large amount of money compared to a sole trader or partnership. They cannot only raise large amount of money when you compare them to a public limited company. So in the exams, when they ask you about the disadvantage of private limited company and you tell them they cannot raise large amount of money, it's wrong. You have to say they cannot raise large amount of money compared to a public limited company. Do you get it?
Miss, I think when we finish today, I'm gonna do like the notes for everything, and the next class you're gonna see.
Okay, good.
What you thinking?
So go down.
Franchising.
Franchising. Okay, go down.
Take it. This video. Just stand up talking.
For me?
Yeah. 2 hours straight talk. No writing, no nothing.
But these days, you know what I do with this school now? I write, then I explain. And,
explain, but when you explain, we could see what you're explaining.
yes.
She's no explain, then go down, explain, go down, explain, go down, explain, go down. Like, how are we gonna understand like 2 hours straight of getting information on the brain? You know what I mean? That's I don't know, not like that.
Wow.
We have to write, and then we know that if you don't understand, you can come back to the notebook.
Yes.
And learn. But where am I gonna do 2 hours of you scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down? We go to 20, 30 slides a day. No.
Once you guys finish too.
Finish fast. Just more, yeah.
So Miss Maureen always takes friends with Miss Maureen.
Huh?
She always takes friends with Miss Maureen.
For the little stuff, anything. Anything. Doesn't want to deal with them. Anything. You talk bad, just move on. Oh.
Right, that's my color though.
Yeah.
So we go to franchising. So for franchising, it's another form of business. It says starting up your own business carries a lot of risk. Most new startups have AC, please, air condition.
There you go.
Most new startups have ceased to exist after 5 years of trading. One way of possibly reducing this risk is to buy a franchise. So the point is, a lot of businesses, they set up and before you know it, they're out of business. Not because the reason mostly is because they don't have that capacity to, starting a business is difficult. Keeping old without business is another difficult thing. So you might see some businesses, they start up today and after 3-4 years, they're out of the business. So the best way to reduce that risk is you buying a franchise. When you buy a franchise, it simply means you are buying a brand that is already successful.
And you make it
You're buying a brand that is already successful. That's why it's a franchise. So the risk of you losing the whole money is no more there because the business is already a successful brand. The whole world knows the business already. Not like you starting your own business, they don't know you.
Perfect split between the franchisee
and franchisor. I know, but the point is
you keep all the money.
Yes, no, you don't keep all the money. You have to share it. But the point is that it is secure, it is safe for you as a business, as a new business to open a franchise than you starting up your own business. You get it? Okay. So the franchisor is a company that owns the franchise. It has a track record of running a successful business operation. It allows another business, the franchisee, to use its business idea and methods in return for a variety of fees. So the point is you are setting up a business, but this business is already a successful brand. You are using the name, you are using its operation for your own business. There you are not the owner, you are a manager. Do you understand? Because you are using someone else's brand. So instead of you running the risk of setting up a business that might not be successful, now you are running a business that is already successful. Is it making sense or not?
Instead of running a business that's not successful, you already buy a business that's successful and you make it for yourself.
If you are buying a franchise,
is it cheaper, Mr.?
No, it's expensive. It's expensive, yeah. If you are buying and it is one-off payment, it's a one-off payment.
One time, that's it.
Yeah, non-refundable. So if you are buying a franchise, it simply means you reduce the risk of setting up a business. Remember, when you set up a business, the risk is the business might not be successful. But right now, buying a franchise means you are reducing your risk by buying a brand of business that is already successful. So the risk of not successful, or the risk of failure reduces because you're already buying a brand that is successful. That is the advantage of franchise. So the franchisor is the owner of the brand. You are the franchisee, you are the one buying the franchise.
Yes.
Do you get it? So the risk of setting up a business reduces because you are using a business that is already successful as your own business. Do you get franchise here? Okay. So now there are numbers of successful global franchises. Like examples are McDonald's, Subway, Pizza Hut, Hertz, Marriott International, and lots. They are all franchise because they are all cut across the world. So what does the franchisor?
Yes.
The franchisor provides a variety of services to its franchisee. Who is the franchisor? The business itself, the owner of the brand. So what are the services they provide to the franchisee? Number one, it gives the franchisee a license to make a product that is already tried and tested in the marketplace. The franchisee is buying a product that is already successful. It's a trusted and tested brand. So it's a successful product. So you don't have to convince customers to buy. Customers already know about it. So the franchisor provides a recognized brand name which customers should recognize and trust. This helps generate sales from the moment the franchisee starts trading. At the initial stage of your trading, you start making money because they don't see you, they see the brand. Is it making sense or not? As soon as you start the business, you don't have to advertise. Customers, as soon as McDonald's opened here, it starts making money immediately because it's a brand known, it's a world-known brand. The third one, the franchisor will provide a startup package. This will include help, advice about setting up the business. The franchisor might provide the equipment to start a business. It might help find a bank which will lend money. It will provide training for the new franchisee. You need money, you need merchandise, equipment, training, whatever that you need that will make you a success. The franchisor will provide it on its brand name.
Okay, for sure.
So it makes your startup to become easier. Many franchisees. Okay. Many franchisees provide materials to use to make the product. A company like McDonald's, for example, sells food ingredients to its franchisees. If the franchisor does not directly sell to the franchisee, it might organize bulk buy deals with suppliers cut across for all its franchise operations. So yeah, franchisee might provide the materials needed, but most of the time the franchisor provides it or deals directly with the suppliers.
Yes.
So that they get the same standard.
Yes.
It's about standard there.
Okay.
It is likely to provide marketing support. For example, it might have national advertising campaigns. It may provide marketing materials like posters to place in business premises or leaflets to send to customers.
Okay.
The franchisor has its advertisement. So it's already have it. So you coming in, the advertisement is already been going on.
Yes.
So they provide you with advertisement. So whatever advertisement they watch wherever you are, the same advertisement they watch across the world. So advertisement, you don't have to pay for it. The publicity is already there.
Yes.
There should be ongoing, okay. There should be ongoing training. This will be linked to issues such as maintenance standards, sales, and new products. Like I told you earlier, standards has to be maintained. So the franchisor will always provide you with training every now and then to keep you up to date. So that, because McDonald's, for example, has a standard. So you have to always keep up with that standard. And to keep up with that standard, it simply means that you are doing what McDonald's wants you to do. Do you get it? There is likely to be a range of business service available at competitive prices. So the prices, the goods they sell, there are different ranges because McDonald's is a big company.
Mm-hmm.
It has different customer base. It will provide goods, it will produce goods based on what we call segmentation, market segmentation. So which simply means McDonald's have the luxury to provide goods for different categories of customers. And that's an opportunity for you to sell to different categories of customers.